The Kraber is a looked up to and high skill weapon to use, so it's only natural that it would attract a new player's attention to try it out when they first play Titanfall 2. The newbie usually tries out the Kraber because they have seen sniping in other games and quite enjoy it, or they just want to try out every gun and the Kraber is the first sniper that they unlock. These newbies display a lack of movement, very new to sniping in general in Titanfall 2, and usually end up giving up the Kraber after getting wiped by the other players in the game, swapping to something easier like an assault rifle or an SMG to save their sanity. The majority of these players never even use the Kraber past level 5 and usually move on to a different type of gun to pick as the one that they enjoy most. Now this stage is not to be confused with a newbie. The beginner has played the game for a decent amount, might be quite good with other guns, but is starting to get a feel for the Kraber and how to use it well. Unlike the newbie, the beginner has a relatively good understanding of the game and the movement mechanics of it. However, the Kraber can prove to be a challenge for these players. They know how to move well with other guns, but when it comes to Kraber, they find themselves in sticky situations, too close to an SMG wielder, and get around an average of 10 kills per game. Many unintentionally turn to camping in high ground spots on the map, looking for easier ways to kill pilots. They don't do this maliciously or out of toxicity, they are merely just trying to find a better and easier way to get haiku games with the Kraber. Many will just fail at this and find that camping is arguably the worst thing that you can do with a Kraber if you're going for high kill games. This is the make or break stage of a Kraber main. Many players are now familiar with the Kraber and know how hard it is to use. And many probably consider just giving up the Kraber and wonder whether they should have wasted all this time and energy on a gun that they don't even think they're good at yet. Until they find a spark of inspiration. Whether this is watching a certain montage, getting killed by a certain player, or watching a certain streamer, the inspiration stage is where the Kraber user decides, I want to be like that pilot. I mention this is the make or break stage of the Kraber main because after this point the player either just gives up the Kraber in matches altogether, thinking it will be too hard a journey, or the player decides that this is how they want to play and what they want to be like. At this stage, the Kraber main is good. Not the best, but definitely good. The tryhard sacrifices their sensitivity to a much higher one and accepts that they will rather be good with the Kraber than any good with any other gun. This switch of sensitivity forces them to only use the Kraber as they are no good at tracking with any kind of gun, and the player will get around 20 kills per game on a good or great day, but usually get between 15 and 20. The player is spurred on by messages saying that they are good and how people would love to have aim like that, but the sweat is only doing it for the numbers. They want to grind to the highest kill games they can, hit that nasty flick shot, get that G100 Kraber. This leads to the tryhard buying the elite Kraber skin, the ultimate devotion to the Kraber, but sometimes getting burnt out by all the grinding they do, and they're getting annoyed when they switch to a different gun and play badly. This is the final stage of the Kraber. At this point, the Kraber main is usually above a G50 Kraber and gets an average of 20 kills a game, with a good game being 30 kills and a great game hitting into the 40s and 50s. The God's Kraber main is almost at a higher mindset than everyone else. They don't really care about high scores anymore. What they enjoy is actually just using the Kraber, building up skills, meeting new good Kraber players, and just learning to have fun using the gun they enjoy the most. The God at this point is pretty good with any other guns, even with their high sensitivity because they have learnt to control and adapt their playstyle based on the gun and their high response curve. This is the player that inspires others back at the inspiration phase and loves nothing more than a good even Kraber fight in a private match or in a game. But the most elusive thing about this stage is that it's undefined. There is no top stage to being a Kraber main. No matter what you do, what platform you play on, or where you play, 99% of the time, there will always be someone better than you. And this is the inspiration to play beyond the G100 Kraber. Not to beat the guy ahead of you, but to excel your skills and make you and the guy ahead of you even better. That is the final truth of the Kraber. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and sub for your boy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all watching this video again. Thank you. Have a good one.